How did you feel England played today, and how impressed were you with the result that they showed to come back from the leveller and win the game?
Yes, I'm very happy with this game. Of course, happy with the win because we always play to win. But today we've seen many players on the pitch, different players than we saw last Thursday. That's exactly what we want. So we want to see many players, lots of combinations of players, and that's what we did today. I think we played a very good first half, very energetic, good press. So. Scored a good goal, and the second half we started well. Then we had a period that we were struggling a little bit, were a little bit more sloppy. Then we did a little bit better, and at the end of the game we had to be a little tighter on the ball too. But I must say that's hard too because we made even more changes. So then you have to stay connected, and Italy wanted to press a little higher. But yes, we won 2-1, scored another very good goal. So I'm very pleased.
Italy's equaliser came kind of against the run of play, but it was controversial in two ways. First of all, it looked like the cross maybe had gone out for a goal kick, and then the ball maybe didn't even cross the line. What did you make of it? And have you seen it back as well?
No, well, I haven't seen the footage back, but that's not really important because you just have to keep on playing, and the decision has been made, so we have to move on and try to score the second goal. I think we could have done a little better by keeping the ball a little better. There were too many transition moments, and that's where it came from. So I think we can take that. And yes, maybe the ball was out of bounds, but we don't have VAR now. So when the decision is made, then you have to keep going. And then after the kickoff again, trying to score a second goal.
Is it actually good for your team that the goal was given that this tournament you're slightly using to prepare yourself for a World Cup? Is it good that the team conceded a goal against the run of play and then had to show resolve to come back from that? Is that good learning from your?
I think so. It's a good learning because they equalised while we controlled the game, but at that moment we lost little bit of control of the game. And then they scored that goal. So then of course you have to stick with the plan, do a little better, and that's what we really tried to do. And then we scored this very good second goal. So to learn, it was really good. Of course, you don't want to concede a goal, but that's part of the game.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Dom. We'll go to Molly.
Hi, Sarina. Wonder what you made of Rachel Daly's performance today. Not the best.
Let we talk about individuals again, okay?
Okay. Well, two individuals together.
Okay.
Do you think Alessia Russo and Rachel Daly can play together in the same team in the front line? Because I think, as far as I'm aware, you've only kind of played a striker, and then maybe Rachel's left back, or kind of a different variation of that.
Yeah, well, I think they're both very good strikers, and we all know that Rachel is very versatile, so she can play on different positions in our team, and that's very good for our team. What we want to see this week too is what kind of options do we have, and just try it out. So that's what you saw today. And we've played some scenarios where we put in two centre forwards, but for now, how we play. We shouldn't start with two, or we wouldn't at this moment, because I think the way we play now, we're doing really well.
Thanks, Molly. Any other questions? Yes, we'll go to Sandra.
Congrats on the win, Sarina.
Thanks.
Just your thoughts on how some of the younger players, what you've seen from them in this camp in terms of how they've integrated. I know you don't want to talk about individuals, but
yeah, I will a little bit. Yeah. Well, in November we already had some of the youngsters in you're talking about, and I think they're doing well. And also, like how we started today, it was pretty impressive, because you come here, all these fans are waiting for us and are very excited, and we come in the stadium. Then there's about 30,000 people, so that is very impressive. But we just start to play, and that's really what we want them to do. And of course, there could be some anxiety. I'm not saying that they had that, but I would say that would be really normal to have some anxiety. But just go start the game, and they started the game and played the game with lots of courage, and just played football. So I'm impressed and happy for them and happy for the team.
Thanks, Sandra. We'll go to Emma.
Sarina, obviously I'm not going to ask you about individuals again, but you've mentioned before about obviously having that selection headache, and I just wondered, do you feel after these two games you've almost kind of got more questions than answers, which is probably what you wanted.
Yeah, exactly. I think what you see all the time, the players are really competing with each other because, of course, everyone wants to go to the World Cup, and every moment you get to show yourself that what you do. But we're also really playing as a team, and collaborating really well, doing our best to collaborate. That also helps, of course, because at the end we are all team players. So yes, I think that's really good. I think the team does that really well. And yes, we have some more questions. Yes, but that's good in this stage of our preparation for the World Cup.
Thanks, Emma. We'll go to Megan.
Hi Sarina, and congratulations on the win. Obviously
Thanks.
you made a lot of changes today, but we really saw a connection between Katie Robinson and Rachel Daly. Obviously they've never played together before, so what's it like seeing that connection between the two of them?
Yeah, that's just really nice. And what you want to see from our wingers, have 1-3-1s, have crosses, and that's what we saw today. And of course that's the strength of Katie Robinson, and it's really nice to see her doing that on this stage. And Rachel was on the way, of course. And of course, she wants to show too. I think it gives lots of information, and I hope, and that's what we see on training sessions too. That's lots of good connections.
And how much did Daly want that hat trick when she came off the pitch? Did she want that hat trick?
Oh, we didn't speak about that. No, she probably would. Yeah, who doesn't want to have a hat trick, of course? But no, we didn't. No, she was good.
Thanks, Megan. Yes, we'll go to Charlotte.
Hi, Sarina. If you compare the England team from last year's Arnold Clark Cup before going into the tournament and now this year, how have you created those mentality monsters?
Well, first of all, they do that themselves. I think that... that's a hard question. Well, no. Well, the answer, it's not a very hard question, but the answer takes a while because you want to go the whole concept. I think we showed ourselves over last year. Like now, we have been working with each other for a little longer than a year and a half. And of course, when I came in, the team was already really good, and so many good players. Now youngsters are coming in too. But what the last year and a half brought us is that we won lots of games, and what we really so they showed themselves that we could win against any opponent, and we did how we want to play. That's really clear. We also really encourage life, and in this case football is a game of making mistakes. So you have to take action and accept mistakes, and that's okay. Just learn from mistakes. Yeah, if you make 5 the same mistakes in a row, then we have a little problem. But I think that's how we, like, all these little things just fit into each other. And I think now we're in a different situation now, a year further than we were last year, of course. But I think that we showed each other. And I think now, even when young players coming in, the competition has become even stronger.
Thanks, Charlotte. Yep, we'll go to Amy.
Tom is waiting.
Yeah, very patiently.
Can I just ask you briefly about Emily Ramsey, who wasn't in the squad?
Yeah.
Just the reason behind that.
Yeah, she had a little accident on training yesterday, and she has an ankle injury, so she won't be available anymore for this tournament. She will go back to club and do some rehab.
Thank you very much. We'll go to Sophie.
Congrats, Sarina.
Thanks.
You've spoken a lot about wanting to try out different combinations, wanting to see some different players working together, but we know that for some players it can take a long time to build up partnerships. So how hard is that to assess from your point of view and your technical staff's point of view? Because maybe 2 players who aren't working together right now, together that well right now, if you give them more time, they might be. How do you work that out?
Yeah, it's we don't have that much time, and some players play together at club, some don't. And it's also that we look at, okay, what different qualities do some players have, and if you bring like different qualities together, then we think that it gets even better. So sometimes you want to bring a player with lots of speed next to a player who maybe has a little less speed but is a little more in possession, a little better, things like that. That's combination drive, so don't pin me now what I say, it's just an example. And of course we also train We talk a lot to players, so we get enough information. But at the end, we have to make a choice and get players to play together who will choose to start at the World Cup.